That one was called Albert Kahn. It's a cut off an album called Kaikura from 2013, released by Girls in Airports, who, as you know, three of the members are sitting here with me today. We have Martin, Lars, and Victory in the studio with us. Martin gave us a great send-off about that song before we heard it, about a Jewish photographer living in France at pre-World War I, and he used his vast wealth to send photographers into the world, into small villages and all different landscapes, and that is sort of what Girls in Airports are doing with their music. So thank you once again, gentlemen.
You're welcome.
All right. So I'm noticing, very interesting, we do a lot of different shows about jazz and different artists. When I was listening to the music earlier, I really enjoyed the sense of space and the kind of pacing that it has. Well, maybe just the sense of space has something to do. I noticed there's not a full-time bass player in the band. Can you tell me about that? What's the reasoning behind that?
Well, the keyboard player is not here, so he should answer. But I mean, we have a Juno keyboard playing the bass part, and then a Wurlitzer, German sort of electrified piano. And yeah, it creates a lot of space that I guess it's only one guy keeping track of the bass and the chords. So I mean, it's there's one guy being busy with two instruments at a time. So
being very busy with the two instruments. But of course, there are bass lines in the music, and covered primarily by Matthias, who's not here today, but will be tonight. So go check him out, 11:30. So I thought that was very interesting. I actually didn't notice it specifically the first time, but I just noticed the music had this great sense of breadth about it. Because do any of you find the music these days is getting more harsh, louder and louder, hard to listen to? Do you find that? Not at all?
Yeah, maybe a bit compact.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes there are just too many ideas in songs. Just try to, like when we rehearse a new song, we just play the melody over and over again and just try to find some kind of good vibe for it.
Okay, well, definitely good vibes on these songs that we're hearing today. So the instrumentation, as we said, there are bass lines, but not a bass guitarist or stand-up bassist. So we've got actually two saxophonists in the studio with us today. One I have on my notes, doubles and clarinets, right? Okay. That's also very interesting. I think one of the songs we're hearing, was it the Kaikura, or which one has the two saxophones in unison? That was quite interesting. Was that Kaikura?
Yeah.
That was very interesting. So why two saxophones?
I think again, it's just a matter of it's kind of an unexplored sound. I think we just, when we formed the group, we were looking for some kind of new sound that could draw people's attention and sort of do some, just that basically. And there's some new opportunities in that are the two saxophones can almost melt together like a synthesizer or something like that.
Yes, like a synthesizer, and very good breathing and tuning together. Two tenor saxophones having different timbres, but making this new synthesized timbre. Exactly, that's a good word, like a synthesizer. So, and Matthias is playing, you said Wurlitzer and some of these other keyboards. And we've got Mads on the drums, who's not with us today. But I also really like the way the drums were recorded, a lot of space, and it's not like slamming in your face. We don't need that all the time. I don't think we need that all the time. But sometimes it's good, of course. We may hear a little bit of that on Broken Stones, which we'll be hearing in about maybe 2.5 minutes more. So I've got a few questions. Maybe we can just do these little questions and see where it goes. You can each answer if you like, or pass. How about who was your first teacher in music? Do you remember?
Lars? I was kind of self-taught. Yeah, grew up in the countryside.
Really?
Yeah, so
saxophone for you, was that the first instrument you played, or did you start something else first?
I actually started clarinet.
Clarinet first.
Yeah, but I didn't like it. Now I do.
Now you do, yeah. I started flute and I didn't like it, and now I do. I wanted to play drums, but I play them both now. But so what about Victor? Do you remember how you got started?
Yeah, I met this when I was 6 years old. I met this 7 feet tall African guy from Togo who played his ass off on the djembe, and I was like, "That's what I want to do. I want to do that." So
6 years old, huh?
Yeah, so
that's great.
That started me off playing West African music, and then when I was about 14 or 13, I understood that it was important also to be able to read scores and stuff like that. That it's not only by ear. So it was
both ways.
Yeah, it was a bit opposite than for a lot of other guys, I think.
Yeah. Well, I saw something on the internet the other day. It was the saxophonist Gary Bartz saying that music education has it backwards much of the time. A student sits down and they've never played a note of music before seeing it on the page, ever. That was their first note, is seeing it. He says, well, maybe that's backwards. Maybe we need to just play first and read later. So either way, both ways. Okay. How about who inspires you today? Favorite groups, favorite artists? Martin?
Well,
you on the spot.
Yeah. I mean, well, I think we have the great venue in Copenhagen where they invite people from all over the world to come and play. I think I saw some Pakistani qawwali musicians play there years ago. That really it was the best concert I've ever heard in my life, called Sher Mehr. But there are many of those kind of groups.
What's the name of that venue? That's
it's called Global.
Copenhagen? Yeah. Global? Okay.
I mean, I think the older you get, the more I tend to find things live that really inspire me. Like, I'm more turned on to live the older I get. But I think for me, my greatest inspiration is John Coltrane and his way of working in his life.
Okay, John Coltrane. And live music, and there's something about live music. So for all of you out there, you still got plenty of time to make it out to Jarasam tonight. That's at 11:30. And you will get to hear live some of the music. Will you be playing some of these songs? Or you don't know yet?
We will definitely
play all of those songs.
Okay, so you'll get to hear these songs and more in their own way tonight. So do please go check it out. So we're going to conclude with Broken Stones. It's going to finish up part 2 of today's show. Please stick around. We do have a full hour of Uptown Jams that's coming up next. So I do thank you, Martin, Lars, and Victor, for coming down today.
Thank you.
Okay, we wish you best of luck in the future with your careers. Girls in airports, thank you.